G'day punters, welcome to a cracking edition of All In, Melbourne Cup edition. Dean Watling, how are you, mate?
Good, Gannon, mate. Ripping races this week, and we've got plenty to get through in the show, so let's get into it.
Mate, we've just done our barrier attendant draw, the draw to win a 3-month subscription to the barrier attendant Melbourne Cup sweep. Aidan Baker has drawn incentivised, so join the queue, Aidan. You're only 3.5 minutes away from collecting your prize there. Well done. Everyone else, jump on Twitter, check out the horses you've drawn there. Hopefully you are a chance. Now, Dino, we've got a cracking prize to give away this week. We've come up with a multi. We have, I think, a 6-leg multi, 5-leg multi, a few places and a winner there. Total prize of the ticket is value is $14,457. We're going to give away 40%, so 10% shares in that. Each 10% will be worth $1,445. All you have to do is retweet the great tip-off tweet of this show. Chime in with a comment if you want. You don't have to, and you will go into draw to win that. And we will be drawing that on Tuesday morning. Dino, without further ado, let's move to Flemington. Cup day. Rail is 2 meters. Will be rated a good 4 to start, no doubt. Likely to be a good 3 at some stage. Would you agree with that, mate?
Yeah, I agree with that, Gunnar. I think good 4 start the day and throughout. I think we'll get an upgrade to good 3. So definitely playing a good track there.
Outstanding, mate. Race 2. I've just got one for the punters there. Savvy Valentino. Bjorn Baker sends it down. The horse is dead set, flying. Gets out to the 2,800 metres, but look, it's in good form. It's got a couple of Sydney horses going down there, Sky Max as well, but good form. Around the $8 mark, I'll be playing there. Mates, I'll tell you what, we'll move to race 8 now, and I know you've got something for us, something that I like as well, because I've got fly buzzing around me here. Unbelievable. Race 8 at Flemington. Mate, what do you have for us?
Yeah, Gunnar, I'm keen to be against promise of success in that race, and I like April Rain. I think the good track will pull up promise of success, and April Rain's flying. I like that form around Quantico. It's going good as well. Second up here, drawn inside. Finally draws a good gate. I think you can sit a little bit closer. Kieran McAvoy on for Chris Waller, who's absolutely dominating the carnival down there. So race 8, April Rain. I think she can win.
Couldn't agree with you more there, mate. I am very keen to back April Rain. I think that its runs have been far better than Promise of Success. It's rated much better. Promise of Success was quite good last start. So obviously a chance, and obviously J-Mac goes on. But at the price, happy to take the $4 April Rain. Awesome, mate. We move on to race 9. My old mate, Zoom On. Can't believe it didn't get a start in the Derby. Absolutely unbelievable. Missed out by $500. Anyway, we move on. Wouldn't have won anyway. The horse that won was a superstar. But over 1,800 metres, obviously a slight query, dropping back from 2,000 to 1,800 metres. But we will have the Waterhouse bot polish. It will go forward and will give a massive sight. Will improve out of sight at Flemington. Big push, $13, around $4.60. The place is available. So punters, have something there. Cheer that home. Mate, we move to race 10. I know you're very keen on something race 10.
Yeah, well, we referenced it before, the form of the Sydney train, John O'Shea train, Quantico. It's come back super this prep. It's always had talent, this horse, just yet to put it together consistently. I think this prep it is. It's 2 from 2. Come from a long way back at Randwick last start. It was tricky to do that on the day, so I think that run had merit. Kieran McAvoy again from an inside alley. I think they're 2 big ticks for this horse, and the John O'Shea camp always goes super when they draw those inside barriers. So I think we can round out a massive day at Flemington with a nice play around that 550 quote, mate. Did you see the same? Do you have any opinion?
Mate, I thought it was a 2-horse race for mine, between Quantico and Curran. I know Curran went up a pretty crazy price. Prices came out way too early for me. I only fell over myself when they came out. It gave me anxiety. And I get that about once every 35 years. So anyway, look, Curran and Quantico, the 2-horse race, but Quantico is definitely an improving type, and it is going very well, Dino. Mate, we're going to move on to Randwick now for Cup Day. Obviously, punters just want winners. They don't really care where they are. I had a bet somewhere like Hope or something yesterday, so they don't really care as long as they're winning. We're going to go to Randwick, Royal Randwick, 11-metre rail from the 1,000 metres to the winning post. A bit of a different setup there. It is going to be a pretty dry track. Mate, advantage on pace, or is it just going to play fair there? Obviously, it's a pretty big, spacious track. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's going to play slightly on pace. We saw the rail out last time we were there, and it did favour those on pace. But in saying that, I think if you get a proper tempo up front, you can definitely run on. But I'll be looking at those horses sort of midfield at worst, unless there's a stack of pressure. But yep, I agree there, mate.
Beautiful, mate. And your first tip comes in race 2. Certainly fits that mould. We did exchange text messages about this horse midweek. Talk to me.
Yeah, race 2 on debut for the Waterhouse and Bott stable, Tim Clark in the saddle, Barrier 5. That's an ideal setup. This horse has had 2 trials leading in, both been super. The whip has been out and asked to close, but don't get concerned by that. That's a typical Waterhouse and Bott style trial. They get their horses fit, and you can fall into the trap in saying that that's the best horses going. They do improve an absolute stack off those trials with the pressure on. So sets up so well. The combo there around that $3.60 price. I think this horse will be out in front and be very hard to catch. So I know we both found off the trials and we both liked it. So it's a nice way to start the day at Randwick.
Good stuff. I think I wrote Jet ? We'll find out. Mate, we move on to race 3. I found one here. Espiona is $1.60. Can't have it off that. Goes to a good track. I'm not sure what your thoughts are on that horse. Maybe you can chime in a second. Look, no necessarily knock on the horse, one from one, but there's one here that I really like. Synthetic Hoof Filler came off. It only won it'll be 5 days by Tuesday, I think, on the Thursday at Gosford. Josh Parr on again. Bjorn can turn them round. Lady of Luxury. And we're getting $8.50. The horse has improved out of sight, can go to a new level. And if it does, watch out. Thoughts on Espiona?
I think she is a very, very smart filly. I think she'll be the top of the 3-year-old fillies crop. No doubt her first up run was elite. The figures she returned were absolutely outstanding. Barrier 1 back on a dry track. A couple of queries. I think you'll get a bit of price come Tuesday, but I've got a highly regarded Gannon, so I might take you on there, mate. Yeah,
not sure if we can do a case of beer on that $1.60 versus $8.50, but
it's in your favour.
No, pass. But I will most definitely be backing Lady of Luxury each way, and I am banking on Espiona, not enjoying the inside draw being back in the pack, and old Josh Parr just flying down the outside. Mate, moving on. Enough from me. Race 4. You've got one here that looks like pretty much a special.
Yeah, I think it's probably the best bet on the program there at Randwick. Comes up in race 4, number 6. Roots comes through that last start run with Fangirl on Everest Day. We saw Fangirl absolutely bolt in on Saturday in the Carbine Club Stakes. This horse probably wins that race if it gets luck. Got held up at a vital stage and had to squeeze through a gap through horses where Fangirl had clear running. Section was laid and figures were absolutely outstanding. And I think with a key scratching here from Barrier 9, Glenn Schofield's a point and deliver type ride here. So I'm very keen on her. I think she's a smart 3-year-old as well, mate. Did you see it similar?
Yeah, pretty simple, mate. Best form lines, best horse. Could have beat Fangirl last start. Fangirl's gone to a new level. No reason why Roots should be winning. Glenn, not that hard. Just get it wide, let it rip. We'll be winning.
Exactly.
Mate, we move on to race number 6. I found one here, a little bit under the radar here. I'm going to go with Amici, brother to Avicii. Josh Parr on board. It's come down from Queensland. Its Queensland figures were pretty good. And if it can run up to those, I think the $8 is going to be huge value. We'll know if it's going to go any good or not because it won't be $8. So take the $8 now, see how we go. If it gets backed in, maybe have another half unit on just because we like winning, and away we go. Any thoughts on that, mate? No trials?
Josh Parr on. I think you're liking Josh Parr. Edward Cummings going well, drawn perfect. So for the figures line up, I think it's probably a race you can take a couple of odds in that. So I don't mind it, Gunnar. I'll follow you in.
Yeah, I don't mind the fact that there's no public trials over 1,000 metres anyway, so not an issue there for mine, mate. We move on to race 7. I know you got one here for me. It's also part of the multi. Give us a shout, mate. What do we got?
Yeah, race 7 at Randwick. Southern Lad around that $6 quote. This horse is absolutely flying. He's had a little freshen up after the win at Grafton. Ran beating Foberter, who since off that win. Went to Randwick and beat a horse by the name of Fasika and Chat in the Missile Stakes. That forms elite for this type of race. He's trialled up super leading to this. Barrier 8, Hugh Bowman on. I think he'll carry that residual fitness off that little let up. So I think he's going to be right on the mark for this race. He looks a super bet the way he's been trialling. I've been very, very impressed. So I think he'll take out race 7 for us at Randwick.
Mate, sound very, very confident. Let's just take the punters through our multi here. So we've got Roots to win, Floating Artist to place. We both agreed on that. If you haven't checked out the Melbourne Cup preview, go check that one out. April Rain to place, Southern Lad to place, Zoom On to place, and Quantico to place for $14,457 for a $50 investment. And if you retweet and get involved in our all-in tweet from the great tip-off there, you go in the draw for 10% of that. So we give away 4 of those. Mate, we're going to move on to Oaks Day at Flemington on Thursday. Big spanner in the works Wednesday, 10 to 20 mils of rain forecast. Look through the crystal ball. Potentially we're thinking soft 6, soft 7. Drains pretty well. I'm going to probably go with a soft 6, mate. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely think we can play with a little bit of a sting out of the track. To what extent, we're not too sure. Like you said, it's drains well. So I think horses that handle that cut out in the ground will be suited on that day. I think that's the easiest way to play it and just monitor how much rain we do get. Yeah,
good stuff, mate. And look, I'm pretty confident in one. I know you're confident in the same runner. Obviously, probably want to wait till it lines up, even though this is a all-in futures show because it is backing up on the quick backup, mate. Talk us through it.
I think the horse we speak of is Daisy's Gannon. It should have won on the weekend. I think someone at dead set at the 50-metre marks got up at a pub and gone the early crow and just faded late and got nabbed by Willowy. I think we both agreed that it was probably ridden a touch too warm in that race. I think if she's ridden a touch just back a pair and just cruises into the race and has a bunny to chase, I think she'll be a much better horse. I have no doubt she'll get the 2,500 metres here. And if that rain does come, she won on Caulfield Cup Day when the track was rated a soft 6. So we're confident she gets through the ground. But like you said, we'll probably just wait till she lines up. I think you're going to get a similar price, but I definitely think she can turn the tables on Willowy and win the Oaks.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. Yeah, couldn't agree with you more, mate. I think that they weren't even worried about those sort of 3 or 4 runners in the run the other day. Weren't even worried about anything coming behind. They thought they had the race passing up and not too busy trying to beat each other. And J Mac had a great day. Might not have been his best timed ride there. But nonetheless, soft 6, if we get a soft 6, I'd be betting up. So there we go, punters. We both agree on Daisies. How good's that? Mate, Stakes Day on Saturday. A little bit of rain about again. So, look, they reckon 3 to 10, which is probably not going to do a whole lot. Probably working, let's say, anywhere from a good 4 to a soft 6 for Stakes Day. We've got the McKinnon, mate. Zaki, yes or no? $2. Oof, sure.
No for me. Off that little setback, I couldn't entertain at the 2. And I think it's a pretty nice field behind him as well. So, no.
And, mate, if it is a no, you've obviously got thoughts on a couple others. Let me guess, Sydney form. What do you got?
Yeah, exactly. You know me too well, Gannon. I hope the Kerry Parker Yard Sandthin can overdown. I know they dodged the Melbourne Carnival and they've absolutely cashed in on that in staying in Sydney and beating up the opposition up there. But I think that horse is flying. I know it's had a lot of runs, but it is absolutely flying. And the one down around that $20 quote, Not confirmed going there yet, and I'm not sure if they will. 3 weeks in a row on the quick backup is Ice Bath. She was absolutely enormous in the Kantala on Saturday. She's flying. I think 2,000 metres now looks perfect. And the wet track, if we get that wet track, Gannon, I think she could probably go to that new level. So they're the way I'll be playing it, but just wait for the confirmation on both those horses.
If Ice Bath lines up and we get a couple meals, gee, I'd be happy. I'm going to have a little bet on it now, just a little, you know.
Yeah, agree.
Put the old 0.25 of a unit, take the $21. Look, mate, it wants 2,000 metres. I think I heard Brad Ritter suggest that was potentially the plan, and I wasn't necessarily sure if she was going to line up on Saturday. So, look, it's pretty big. It's 3 weeks in a row, right? 3 runs in a row.
Yeah.
It'll be.
3, quick backups, but she races. That's her pattern. That's what she's done into the Golden Eagle last year. That's what she did in the autumn as well. So we know she runs well in it. I guess it's just purely if she pulls up all right from Saturday if they go again.
Yeah, mate, I'm happy to bet. I'm happy to bet the $21 there, something small. I can't imagine if she lines up. She's going to start more like $10 or $11, right? So happy to take a bit of the 21s, and if she doesn't line up, so be it. Mate, last race we'll cover, the Dali Sprint Classic. I have no real opinions on this race, but I know you do.
Yeah, I think the market's completely turned off Masked Crusader here, purely off that run in the Classic Legend Stakes on Saturday. I think if you're on, you're counting your money after 200 metres when he jumped and he sat handy in the run and then did nothing in the straight, and purely told us that he has to be ridden cold and he has to be ridden out the back for his best. I really hope they back up here. They pushed him out to around that $6 to $10 mark on these markets. He was dead set beating a lip in the Everest by Nature Strip, who's a $1.80 favourite in this. So I think the Flemington Straight is his go. He needs a straight line track where he can build into a race. The wet won't hurt him. He's got fine wet form, soft form, and you're getting $10 around that price. I think that's an extraordinary good bet. I just really hope the Hawks back him up in this because I think he's absolutely low flying and the market's completely turned him off from a poor run with excuses in the Classic Legend, mate. So I'm very keen, Masked Crusader.
Was it bet of the spring?
Yeah, better if he dead set lines up in that race, he is the better of the spring. I think if he doesn't run in the Classic Legend Stakes on the weekend, what price is he in this race? He's probably a firm second favourite to Nature Strip, and they purely just turned him off one run, which is a total forgive. And I think it just taught us that he does need to be ridden dead quiet. Flemington Straight, where he can build and run on, I think it is a perfect setup, which the horse does need. He needs the stars to align for him to win, but they can.
Love it, mate. No, big fan of the tip. I think it's great. You may as well, once again, another one which you can probably have 0.25 of a unit on. And if it goes again, they're probably still going to, shoulders, arms. They're probably still start around that, $6 to $8 mark anyway, just off that failure. And with Nature Strip in such fine form. Home Affairs, you think he'd be straight at the breeding barn last night. Not sure if it lines up. Punters, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a cracking show. Please chime in, as we say every week. Your engagement is our oxygen. If you can keep chiming in, keep Dino going, keep myself going, we'll keep producing these shows for you. Dino, thanks so much. Good luck this week, mate.
Cheers, Gannon, and make sure you get on. Give us a like, tweet, ask any question, comments, punters. We all enjoy it, and good luck on a cracking week of racing.
And of course, guys, jump on the great tip-off for all your Melbourne Cup tips. Also, jump on, check out Dino's stuff at the Barrier Attendant. All the best, mate. Chat soon.
Cheers, Gannon.